Yeah, no, it was. Obviously you're gonna have some nights that are better than others, and sometimes you're just feeling it a little better than other nights. But these 3 games, I thought it's been pretty good overall. I thought I worked a lot on that over video with some of the coaches here, and even throughout the summer, just kind of getting that rhythm and working on some timing stuff. Kind of helped me a lot. So I think I'm just getting to know more or less like guys that I'm going against on the face-offs, and that's kind of helping me a little bit in studying them.
That was a focus for you after last season, off season.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I thought I was losing a lot of face-offs, especially on my offside. So I try to get a little bit insight on how I should position my body on that face-off dot, and working on some timing stuff and just being really strong on my stick. It's helped me a lot this season so far.
Joe, Derek Veleno has talked a lot about a good start, but you had a good start last year and kind of tended to tail off at the end of the year. What did you work on in the offseason to hopefully make your game a little bit more consistent?
I think it's just the mental part of it. I think it's just being consistent and working on something every day. I think it just requires a lot of focus, and I thought last year, I kind of got away from that a little bit, throughout the bits and parts of the season. So, I'm hoping I can, just stay focused and, work on the things that I got to work on and come here every day, and, knowing that I got to give my best out every day. And I think that'll mean a lot to me, and it'll help me a lot it'll help me a lot moving forward.
Joe, there's such a noticeable veteran presence in this locker room compared to last year. How do you pick up on that during practices and even off the ice too?
Yeah, it's great to have these these guys around for sure. Even these new faces that we brought in. Much older team, like you said, but it's good to have guys that have battled through these hard times, and kind of teaching the younger guys, if you want to call it, a little bit of the ropes. So it's definitely a treat to have these guys that have been part of some good runs in the playoffs, and I've been part of this league for a long time. It's always good to have those guys around.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
Have you decided which D will be out tonight?
No, we got a little nick up. We got a couple guys nicked, so we're gonna go 7 in warmups today, and it'll be a game time decision. We will not dress 7. It's just we have 2 guys battling a little something, nothing long term or serious, but it'll be 7, and we'll decide from there after warmups.
Two defensemen or?
Yep, 2D, yep.
I guess it's the luxury of having this type of
Absolutely,
depth, though,
absolutely. Usually you get news like that in the morning. I wouldn't say panic, but it's the last thing you want to hear. But again, with what we have, and it'll be seamless after warm-ups, how it plays out.
Hey, Derek, what's the key right now? Just communication with those guys?
100%.
Is that what?
Yes. Try to be as direct as possible. Brought them all in middle of camp. Spoke to all of them in the summer. Brought them all in as early as 2 days ago. Just because of the way it played out. And I know it wasn't ideal. Did not love sitting Ole or Jeff. But they handled it real well. And someone's number will get called again. So do the best I can, try to be as honest as I can, and try to get them back in. Hopefully, or not hopefully, in time, maybe that'll play itself out either through injury, or we can hold someone accountable on their play.
How have the conversations been? I mean, it's kind of like...
Positive. Obviously, we're doing some good things. We're 2-1, but our game's been pretty much, for the most part, in a good spot. So I think, obviously, morale and guys are good. And it really helped that Ole and Jeff handled their sit-out, if you will, maybe their turn, extremely well. And I think that it really helped.
What sort of qualities has Rasmussen brought this season, and where have you seen kind of that growth even since last season too? Consistency,
hard to play against when he's at his best. I love the pitching in offense. Obviously, there was a huge goal, 1-0 the other night. He scores. Got us a little separation there. Obviously, led to a comfortable game. His physicality, again, whoever he's with, he seems to drive them because he'll give them looks. He'll retrieve pucks and forechecks. He'll play predictable, simple game. He's easy to play off.
Do you like, you guys have seen heavy dose of stars here in the early going here. Do
you like getting that right
Yeah,
off?
absolutely. It's a reality of our division. It's a reality of our conference, what you get every night. Just really good challenge tonight. I like what Pittsburgh did. You watch them back and scout. You see their lineup. Obviously, a world-class top six, but I like what they did with their bottom six. I like what they did with their decor. This is a team looking to contend. And so it's just yet another really good challenge and opportunity for us.
How does it affect you guys when they have not just Letang like they've always had, but then you throw Carlson into the mix?
Just easy offense. I mean, we played a Columbus team that had very active D and not of that caliber. And you saw the first period, we got beat up ice. Those guys got involved in the rush, and it led to a sloppy period for us. So we have to get above those guys. You know, we talk about not giving stars easy offense, especially those guys in the back end.
When you look at guys like Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and how they've been able to be consistently so good for so many years, I think the conversation comes up almost every year of, is this the time that they take a step back and you never see it? What is it about their game that makes it so sustainable?
Special. I mean, they're going to be world-class, first ballot Hall of Famers. I think they're obviously feel for the game, but I think their approach, their compete level is probably second to none. I remember coming into this league 6 years ago now, and I get asked all the time, who kind of gives you that wow when you're on the bench, NHL bench first time? It was Sid. He just everything he did. So I think it's obviously talent. It's obviously a feel for the game, but I think those guys are driven. Why they've been so special for so long.
And Malkin, is he kind of like a unicorn just because of the size?
Yeah,
and
of course. Yes. And he gets in those games where he's just going to take over. And obviously, he's had a couple of those already. Hopefully, not tonight. We'll have to check him. It's the reality of it.
It's a small sample size, but Veleno's off to a good start in the face-off circle after struggling last year.
Yeah.
Was it just another sign, just maturity?
Yeah, maturity. Worked on it. I just having JT around. Just we never had a right shot center last year, and it just put those guys in tough situations. Not only were they on their off dot, they were against world-class guys on their strong dot. It's just a recipe for disaster. Even having Zarnik in lineup, having two righties, two lefties, it's a huge luxury of just getting guys more looks in their strong face-off dot. So I think that's helped him. Most of his wins were in his dot the other day. So yeah, I think that's a sign of his maturity in his game also.
You alluded to this the other day, but I was wondering if you could expand on what's impressed you about Daniel Sprong's start other than the scoring itself.
The scoring certainly helps. I think when he's at his best, he's assertive with his game. He's north. He's shooting pucks. He had, I wouldn't say a step back the other day, but not a strong game for him. He got lost in a couple defensive zones. He got lost in a couple tracks, which is easy to communicate with him. Obviously, mature pro like that. But I just think when he's assertive with his game, it's north, it's simple, and we want him shooting. And when he's shooting, he's a good player.
Just going back to the healthy scratch thing for a second, communication, is that something more important these days with these guys compared to maybe when you started as a college coach or juniors or something?
Kids, players, I call these guys kids. Instant feedback is real. They want instant feedback. They want to know why, and they should. That's just a reality of it. So it's not ideal. It's gone well so far. We'll have bumps in the road as long as everyone keeps staying healthy and playing well. But yes, I think it's a reality of today's athlete. Communication, honesty, instant feedback.
When you're mixing and matching as much as you are, aside from Wallman and Sider, how much does it help just having all those experienced guys that can kind of plug in wherever you need them, as opposed to?
Of course, yeah. I don't think there's some of those experienced guys. There's no scenario situation that probably bothers them, and pretty much Shane's been the only one getting some minutes on his offhand, which I think has helped too. And he's comfortable there. Even with the mix and a match, and just having the righties and the lefties have helped out.
What about Shane being able to handle his offhand? Because obviously some guys it's a little more of a challenge than others.
I think it's feel, it's comfort, the way he gets around pucks. I think he likes on the rush. His goal on the rush the other night came on his offhand, joining late. And he's an athlete. He's fast twitch, and I mean that he can get to spots, he can get around pucks. a little easier. So I just think that makes him comfortable on his offense. All right, thanks, guys.